Hi, my name is Virginia Simpson-Magruder of Kentucky Girl Designs, and Kyla Givehand of How to Art Journal asked me how I pick images for my collages to use in my altered books and my box constructions and my collages. So I wanted to share with you how I go about choosing images. As you can see, I don't have a problem with pulling images or finding them. And this is something that I've developed over the years. And especially developed it when I was doing a daily journal page challenge, in which I chose to do a page a day for a year to see if I could establish a creative discipline for myself. The wonderful thing about doing this is that I also established an eye for images, and I learned to pick things that I liked, and I learned to sense what went together and what didn't in a collage. So what you need is a lot of magazines. I have hundreds of magazines. I also teach workshops, so that's one of the reasons why I constantly am getting in new magazines. And I pick magazines for myself that I like the subject matter, whether it be nature, spiritual, interior decoration, or gardening. Those are some of my favorite magazines. But your taste may be different. The key to it is to pick images that you resonate with. What does it mean, resonation? That means when you see an image, you get a sense, a feeling, a tug, an element. It could be an element of surprise. It could be even revulsion. But that is a resonation. You get engaged emotionally. And this is something that you may already have a sense of, but it is something that definitely will develop as you go along choosing your images. Now, when I pick my images, sometimes I do it here in my studio, but often I'll do it at home, sitting in front of the TV. I find a relaxing spot and I grab one of my magazines and I start browsing through them. So what I look for is something that grabs my eye. Ooh, look at this, zing and zest. So you see, I love the color. So I often look for colors that I really like. And this is going to go really well in an image, in a spread that I'm already working with. So somehow that is going to, a section of this may go into the spread that I'm working with. And I also keep looking through. Do I see anything else in here? I also look at the text in the magazine. Is it something that I think I can use later on down the road? Because I often add into my collages text from magazines or books. So this was a house and garden, and I just am looking through it. Do I see anything else that I like? Ooh, I like the picture. Two things here. I like the colors of the chard, and I like the gloves. So I'll probably use them in a collage. One of my favorite journals to pull from is Buddha Dharma or Yoga, one of the yoga magazines, because they have very uplifting pictures and words. First thoughts. I can use that. I pull that aside and I flip through it. And that's the picture of someone meditating. I know at some point I may use that. So as I keep going through this magazine, I look and I pull anything that I think I have a feeling about. I may end up not ever using it, but there will be somebody who will. Interior design and decorating magazines are wonderful because in them you can find sections of buildings, architecture, patterns, designs. Look at that yummy table that's been set. I will use maybe that looks like a mirror reflection. I might use that. This is a beautiful bouquet, so I may use that. So here I am, I'm looking at this spread, and there's something about this spread that I like. I'm not too sure what it is. Do I want to grab the whole spread? Do I want to pull part of the spread? And so I don't think about it too much. I just rip it out and I set it to the side. Later, I will know. It will fit into some collage, or I will start a collage with it. So colors, you want to look for colors, you want to look for patterns. You also want to look for people or animals, because inserting a person or an animal into your collage gives you an emotional connection with what you're creating. And it also, if you're going to be showing your collage or your book to the world at large, it will also give an emotional connection for the person who's viewing your collage. So I often go to Bazaar or Elle to pick really interesting photos of people. I also like picking profiles of people, because that means they're looking at something, and that could be the rest of your collage that you're doing. But it really just immediately would draw you in and then take you, because she is looking at something off to the side. It will take you around the rest of your collage. So I want to encourage you, when you are pulling your images, not to think too hard, but to keep kind of those categories in the back of your mind, and then just start pulling. You will find that it will educate you as to what your likes, your dislikes are, your loves, your passions. Have fun.